Hi guys, it's your girl Taylana. Welcome back. It's raining in Arizona. Actually, JK, it snowed. It snowed in Scottsdale. It's high-key weird. I got Dutch. I finally got into it. I got a Bubblegum Rebel. Okay, so in this video, it's gonna be a little more educational. We're gonna be talking about how to find your dream apartment in college. College students, please stay and enjoy. For me, I am currently a senior. Thank you very much. At the University of Arizona, I'm majoring in psychology and minoring in criminology. People in college ever just get sick of saying that. I feel like that's just how I introduce myself now. Like, hi, I'm Taylana, I'm a psych major, like, nice to meet you. So pretty much we're gonna be talking about what it takes to get a really good apartment. I have literally spent the past 2 months worrying about, stressing about, trying to find a good apartment in Tucson for next semester. I did find a really good apartment and I did all the research on all the ones in the area, so like this might be a little extra helpful to U of A students, but also like I'm gonna make it applicable to everyone, so don't worry babies, that goes somewhere else. Also, before we get more into the video, please, if you are not already, please subscribe right now, it helps me out so much, and comment down below what school you go to or what college you're planning on going to. This is something that everyone needs to know at some point in their life. So it's so hard. It's so hard. Everyone knows it's so hard. So for me, how this was so fucking hard for me. Welcome to Taylana's sob story. This is my channel. For me, it was extra hard because I needed an apartment literally within walking distance in a good neighborhood in Tucson, which is like, okay. It also needed to be not $1 billion a month. Surprisingly shocking. Places to live are expensive. No way. Also, I'm so picky. I just really wanted to live somewhere without bed bugs, you know, which was like surprisingly a little bit difficult when looking at Google reviews. It needed to be a 6-month lease or less, which nobody does, which is so frustrating because I'm graduating next December, so I only need an apartment for August to December, which is like really like basically 5 months. So I ended up getting that, but like we'll get to it. It was really hard. Here's my step-by-step analysis on how to really get it done. So first off, asking other people for their opinions on where they live and on what they've heard from other people. Get other people's input because that means so much more than what their website says, because you're not getting the real world basis of if it's a good apartment. There are so many apartments near all college campuses. It's like so overwhelming if you just Google like apartments by the University of Arizona. Like basically for this entire video and apartment hunting, house hunting process, please, for the love of make a Google spreadsheet. Because I'm like a really planned out bitch and I'm I'm a total nerd and I need everything really organized or I don't know what the fuck's going on. No, I don't have any Virgo placements. What's that to you? One of the most important things to do is to go to apartments.com or apartmentlist.com, find a map of all the apartments by your campus. Filter the fuck out of it, give a price limit, go a little over what you're willing to pay and it'll like open a little more stuff, but like, oh my god, it was so impossible to find anything that was like below $1,000 a month, which I realized is just like and they'll probably try to scam you in their lease. So read your leases, babes. So go to apartments.com. Also rent college pads. There's the pros of living in an apartment, which are a sense of community. If you have a house that's off campus, you're not gonna get the chance to meet as many people just because you're not walking through the halls. It's like the same thing as a dorm where if you're not walking past people every day, like you're not gonna have incentive to like try to meet people. If you don't care as much about that, house probably fine for you. For me, because I've been in school for like 3 minutes in person, I would like to meet maybe one person. Find out what your musts are. And then just scroll. Make a little fun thing about it. You may think you can look at one website. You're wrong. There's so many different websites. You might see a map on apartments.com and it has like 50 apartments, you know, in the area. There's more that aren't on the list. And I don't know why, but the apartment that I actually picked was not on any of the lists I had looked at. And it was because my friend told me about it. And I was like, okay, like I'll go check it out then. And it was actually perfect. And they had everything I wanted. So I was like, all right, dope. And you also have to pick bedrooms, etc. How many roommates do you want? Do you have a person that you already want to live with going into it? I did not. Sadly, because my best friend is moving across the goddamn country in a month. Thanks. Hi. You know, maybe me having 3 roommates in 1 semester, I'm gonna do the same thing again. But it's all at the same time and not like one after the other. So maybe it'll be better. Also, I get my own bedroom and bathroom. Okay, whatever. You don't care. And biggest tip, Airbnbs. If you need a short-term lease, Airbnbs are an option. You just select the dates. You're like, I need it from August 10th to December 20th. and some places will show up. Like some people do subleasing, but I didn't want to do that because in a lot of cases you can be liable for the other person. If they drop out, you're still having to pay rent for an apartment you don't live in, or if they just don't pay, you're still technically liable. There's a lot of things like that when you get into liability that I was just not into. So the safest route for me was trying to find somewhere with a shortened lease. And a lot of them would do 10-month leases, which is from like August to May instead of August to July. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That is not helpful enough. Sorry. Airbnbs, it's great because you already have the shortened lease out of the way if that's what you're looking for. If you're not, you can still do it. And honestly, it doesn't matter. Plus, what's super helpful is that if you're doing a long-term stay at Airbnb, I haven't seen one without a discount. If it's going to be like $1,500 a month, whatever, and you know, do it for 5 months and you calculate how much that'll be. I've seen them take off $2,000 off of that, ends out being roughly $1,000 a month, and like it kind of works out. Don't just say no if you see like a high price. So look at the total costs instead of like the monthly rent for Airbnbs. So now that you're looking at all the websites and you're filtering them, I filter it's so hard. Like I'm not gonna see one $3,000 monthly rent apartment in my list, babes. After you do that, I would suggest going and making, yes, a spreadsheet. Talk dirty to me. Yeah, so I was organizing it by yeses, maybes, and no's, so that I wouldn't go back to the same links for the no's, because it's easy to just click on the same thing over and over and be like, oh, I already looked at this. Because on apartments.com, there are little like houses or little apartment symbols, and you just click on them one after the other. So you'll be like, oh, I already have that name and it's on my no list. So first off, I just went through and I put the links, the rent cost, how many bedrooms, and what the walk away from the university was. So those were my 3 things I was paying most attention to, because you may be willing to pay more to be closer, or if you have a car and like you don't care about the transportation or you want to walk a long time, might not matter as much and you might be willing to pay less to live farther away. For me, being close was really important because I'm a lazy bitch. I put what floor plans for each apartment I was interested in staying in. So for this one, I put the 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and then the 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, and what the price ranges were between them. So once you have the basics down, you can kind of sort, oh, well, like this one's a little pricey, this one's a little far, and then put them in the yes, no's, and maybe. You're gonna look at these fucking times. Bro, I had this going list. Literally, I'm gonna scroll. It is... That's how long my Google Docs was. I did not want to go back to any website ever again. I just wanted to have it set on here so that I can always just go back and look at the ones I actually am interested in. So anywho, I got it down to my top 5 options, because you're not going to want one, you're going to want multiple. So the first column is going to be name. Put the name there of the one that you're interested in. I said type because I had a handful of apartments and then I had a handful of Airbnbs if the apartments didn't work out. Then I had walking distance. So you can also sort this in order of like how important they are to you. So those were important to me. Then I have lease length, which was make or break. You don't fuck with it. Then I had price for studio. I don't have a roommate coming in with me, so I put the price for a studio, a 1-bedroom, and a 2-bedroom. Eventually just got a fucking 4 because that made no sense and it wasn't on my plan, but okay. Or you can go as far as you want. You can do 3 up to 5. Whatever you're interested in, put it on there. Then I do total cost. Note to self, if you're graduating early, first, props to you. Second, if you're graduating in December, a lot of them, if you're gonna have a shortened lease, they're gonna add a premium to your monthly rent. The total cost was important for like what I said before with the Airbnbs, so you can see really how much you're paying for the time that you're gonna be staying there. Shuttle, yes or no? And if it costs money. I had roommate matching because I needed to find a roommate. If utilities are included in the rent, their Google ratings. So important. I was like high-key considering the first one I looked at, which also never do that. And then I checked the Google reviews. And so that's how I found out that place had bed bugs, cockroaches. And I was like, no thanks, I'm good, peace. Then I said, do they have a gym? Do they have a pool? Any notes from any emails I had with them? And then I had personal notes. Once you have this, it kind of becomes clear which one is the best. And if you are at this point and you haven't decided between 1 or 2, and then you're going to want to go visit the area. So for me, it was important that I went and walked to the apartments that I was considering to make sure that I felt safe. And then you pretty much by then should have it figured out. But I feel like that is pretty much all that I have. My vision board is coming true. If you haven't seen that video, and link down below, because I've already had several things come true. One thing on my vision board that did already come true, I was featured on a song with my friend Rylan on his album called In the Darkest Sour, and the song that I am featured on is called I Bled For You and You Drink It. It's very angsty. So if you guys want to check that out, it's also gonna be linked below. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope that this helped anyone, and if you have any other tips, please comment down below. I love when you guys help each other out in the comments. It's adorable, and dude, college is just fucking stressful, bro. I'm not gonna pretend it's not, and getting advice from other people is so important. Please just go comment down below any advice that you may have for any incoming freshmen or apartment goers. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media if you have not already at Taylana Jordan. And subscribe, because I'm gonna be posting a moving in vlog and a apartment tour. And then probably a story time about some crazy roommate that tried to kill me. Psycho roommate story linked above and below. But anywho, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week. Peace! I don't like the sound of that. So then I was looking at cheaper options, and so I ended with the 4, which I also feel like would help me meet people better and like might be a good story time. But Psycho Roommate 2 coming out next fall.